These are notes for Math 70, Wednesday, April the 1st, section 7.4, page 402. You will notice that I quickly drew my triangles. I did not use a ruler, but just wanted to get something quick and dirty. If you want to see better pictures of the triangles, then of course look in your textbook, but I just made something quick and fast just to get the points across. And once again, I'll be going fairly fast in order to make the video as short as possible. So if I'm going too fast, of course you can always rewind or fast forward as often as you wish. Problem 1 just asks for the ratio of sides. So you have one triangle that's got a length of 5 and the other of 7, so the ratio is just simply 5/7. Problem 5, we use similar triangles and then use the cross multiply rule. For similar triangles, the ratio of 4 to 5 is equal to the ratio of x to 9. So we set up 4 over 5 equals x over 9. We can then use the cross multiply rule, which says if you have a proportion that looks like this, a fraction equaling a fraction, you can cross multiply. That means 5 times x, you go across like so. 5 times x equals 4 times 9, which is 36. Divide both sides by 5, and you get x equals 36 over 5, which is 7.2 centimeters. I put the units at the end, and you should put units at the end. In the actual picture, I left off the cm for space, but we know that it's centimeters. Likewise, I left off the units here and so on, but in the final answer, I put down what the units were. Problem number 9, the picture you were given were 4, 5, and I called this x, which is what we're looking for, 6 and 8. So this is the side that we're looking for. In the text, it says some letters. I left off the letters because I didn't have enough room, but just get the essentials. So the ratio of x to 4 is equal to the ratio of 6 to 8. And once again, I cross multiply. That times that, 8 times x is equal to 6 times 4, which is 24. Divide both sides by 8, and you have x equals 3. So this unknown side here is 3. The problem asks for the perimeter, however. So now I just add them all up. 3 plus 4 plus 5, which equals 12 meters. Once again, I put the answers with meters, even though I didn't put the meters in here as it did in the text. Problem 13, the ratio of x to 15, the height to the base, is equal to the ratio of 20 to 40, the height to the base here. So x over 15 equals 20 over 40. Cross multiply, 40 times x is equal to 15 times 20, which comes out to be 300. Divide both sides by 40, and x is equal to 7.5. Then we're asked for the area of this particular triangle. So the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So area is 1/2, 7.5, which we just figured out, times 15. Punch it in your calculator, and you get 56.25 square centimeters, or centimeters squared. Problem 17, the ratio of x to 8, this side divided by that side, is equal to 8 over 4, again using a property of similar triangles. So x over 8 equals 8 over 4. Cross multiply, this times this is 4x, this times this is 64. Divide both sides by 4, and x is equal to 16 meters. And once again, notice I put the answer with the units, even though I didn't put it over here. 21, you're given that this distance is 8, this is 12. In the actual text, they use letters. I'm leaving the letters off, just giving you the highlights. This is 8, this is 12, this is 6. And in the problem, it asks for this entire distance, which I'm going to call x. So the ratio of 8 to this entire side, which is 20, 8 plus 12, is equal to the ratio of 6 to this entire side, which is x. So again, 8 over this whole thing, which is 20, is equal to 6 over x. Once I have that, then I can cross multiply. 8 times x, 8x. 20 times 6 is 120. Divide both sides by 8, and x is equal to 15 meters. 22, something similar. You've got a triangle here and a triangle here. This 14 corresponds to this x. That 8 corresponds to the 20. So therefore, the ratio of 14 to 8, 14 over 8, is equal to x over 20. 14 over 8 equals x over 20. Cross multiply, 8x equals 14 times 20, which is 280. Divide both sides by 8, x is 35 meters. 29, 31, and 33, you just asked to give which law by which we have congruent triangles. there were 3 laws that were given in the text, and I give you one example of each. So here you have 4, a 47-degree angle included, and a 5. Same thing here, 4, 47 degrees, 5. That's considered side angle side, SAS, because you have a side followed by an angle followed by side. Okay, the SAS rule says that if you have one side that's congruent to another side of a triangle, the included angle between them is congruent, equal, and then the other side is equal. Then you have congruent triangles, triangles that are similar in size and shape. 31 is SSS, side, 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 9, 6, 10, 9, 6, 10. The order might be a little bit different, but you basically got 2 congruent triangles because the 3 sides of one triangle match the 3 sides of the other. 33 up here, you're given an angle, 50 degrees, another angle, 95 degrees, and an included side, 12. So that would be called angle, side, angle, ASA, angle, side, angle, 50, 12, 95, 50, 12, 95 degrees. So that's called angle, side, angle. Finally, we have some problems involving the Pythagorean Theorem. You might recall the Pythagorean Theorem states that if you have a right triangle, which has a right angle, and 3 sides, call them A, B, and C, C being the longest side, called the hypotenuse, then we have the relationship A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So for problem 43, you're given 3, 4, and an unknown side x. X being the hypotenuse, the longest side, it stands alone, so 3 squared plus 4 squared equals x squared. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 9 plus 16 is 25, so we get x squared equals 25. Take the square root. We don't need to worry about a plus or minus. These are positive distances, so we just take the positive square root. X is equal to 5 inches. 47, we're given 10 and 15, which is the hypotenuse, and you're given this unknown side. So x squared plus 10 squared equals 15 squared. 10 squared is 100. 15 squared is 225, so x squared plus 100 equals 225. Subtract 100 on both sides, x squared equals 125. So x is the square root of 125, which is not a nice number. You punch that in your calculator. Comes out to be roughly 11.18 feet. And problem 49, you're given a picture like this. The hypotenuse is 6, and x, and then 4. So x squared plus 4 squared is equal to 6 squared. 4 squared is 16, 6 squared is 36, so x squared plus 16 is equal to 36. Subtract 16 on both sides, x squared equals 20. X is equal to square root of 20, which is approximately 4.47 centimeters. So these are notes for Math 70, Wednesday, April the 1st. And for this coming Friday, the 3rd, we will have a quiz. The quiz will cover today's material 7.4 and Monday's 7.3. So it'll be open book and open notes. I'll give you a quiz on 7.4 and 7.3 on Friday.